Yes, top. And carom. Good cat. What?
Let's do it, sweetheart.
Yeah. Girl, whoa, careful. Fine. Okay. Good. Come on, hot stuff. What's up over there? Slippery, huh? Thank you. Fine. Yes, good girl. Yes, good. House. Yes. House. Yes, good girl. Wow, that girl. She is amazing. Yes, good girl. Wait. Oh, good job. Good job. Wait, house. Couple more. Couple more. Yeah, that's gonna be a hot shit move. Yes, ouse, go. Okay, catch. Wow. Wow. Ouse, yes. Whoa. Mine. Yes. Stay right there, ouse. Wait. Dog catch. Boom. Oh, you don't know how to do it? Ouse. Wait. Dog catch. Boom. Yes. Good. Great work. Wow. She is awesome. One or two more. One or two more. You ready? Here we go. Ouse. Yes. Wait. Dog catch. Boom. Yes. Good. Good. Wow. Look at her. Ouse. Wait. Wait. Boom. Good. Wow. Awesome. Yeah. Whoa. Holy cow. Holy cow. That's something else. Tell us something else.
Hey, 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 not cool. Not cool. Co-host. That's why the weather girl is not in her spot, Epi. You stole. Do you want to be the weather girl? There's a lot of responsibility to be the co-host, Ron. It's a lot of responsibility. Some of them are, Sage Paw. She's got to get her shit together. Too aggressive. All right, here we are. Louder music. All right, it is Philosophy Friday. Welcome, Ron Watson, Epi, weather girl's floating around here. The sports guy is on sabbatical. He can't handle it right now. He can't handle it. So, yeah, Philosophy Friday. We're gonna do some Play Plus stuff. And I will take questions. Sage Paw asked a question. I kind of bailed on it. It's a better fit for Sunday, and I probably need a couple more dogs to do it. She asked a multiple dog question, so. Yeah, what's going on? Anyone got anything special? John is here. John's doing Karen Pryor stuff, getting his train on. Having to do things properly. Had a super hot day here today. Super awesome. Right. So, what are we going to do? Talk a little bit about initiative transfers. I'm going to share some files and stuff like that. Initiative transfer is super important. Super, super important. We got the now next cycle is based upon initiative transfers, right? When we do our initial trick, uh-oh. Hang on one sec, guys. Hurry, hurry, hurry. There we go. Guess I'm using this one. Hey, Amber, what's up? Good to see you. I'm glad you're here. Been a while. Hope all is well out there in California. California. Oh, what's up, Michelle? Dojo Land is going well. It's so funny. Can't hear anything when I have the other headphones in, and these are like, wah, blowing my eardrums out. So yeah, super cool to see you, Amber. I hope you're doing well. I saw your comment earlier. I was in the middle of, we were having a discussion, Georgios and I, about initiative transfers. And class we did Primal Games in cookie class on Wednesday. Patrons get access to cookie class. Become a patron, get access to cookie class to DiscDog. We meet 3 times a week. It's pretty sweet. I might actually break out a little bit of the class. I think I want to show Alicia's work. Really nice, clean initiative transfer. Nice demonstration of what we're talking about. I'm not prepared for that. I may or may not do that. But we had a really awesome session, and these initiative transfers are super important. The stuff we did with Zephyr, Zephyr, in particular, when we were pulling him off the cookie for the hoop, that initiative transfer is one of the things that we'll talk about. Yeah, cool. All right, I hope to see you in class soon. We got a pretty full class now. It's pretty awesome. We got 5 or 6 people pretty frequently, and we do some good work. So come back and hang out with us. So, what is an initiative transfer, right? Best way, I'll go ahead and pull this up. Where is it? Initiative transfers. So, let's go to the dojo. Maybe you'll be able to see them. Pull this over here. Yeah. So initiative transfers. Initiative is critical in dog training. Who is leading whom? That is the big question when it comes to initiative transfers. And it's also a big question when it comes to a satisfied or satisfying success and an unsatisfied success. Look at the weather girl. Wow, she's pretty. All right. So a satisfied or satisfying success is one that runs through process. Okay, and the process is the process philosophy of play. We have a cue and trick. Hang on. Supposed to do that before the thing comes back on. I don't know why that is frickin' doing that. So, lost my train of thought when my video froze. Makes me angry. Lucinda, you just have to be a patron at the vice director level or above. And that's $10 a month. You're not going to beat that. You are not going to frickin' beat that. We hang out for 2-3 hours, 2-3 times a week. You're up for one, you're up for all three. It doesn't matter. It's up to you. Pretty cool, though. We've been nailing the work. Also, as a patron, we've been using the Discord. I'll go ahead and drop that Discord link in here, I think. So after this, we're going to hang out in the Discord. And I need to find that link. Oh, I got to open Discord. Oh, no, I'm terrified. I hope my internet holds up. But yeah, we hang out in the Discord after class. We'll be there about 11 o'clock. Did that go on? Apparently that didn't go on. Why didn't that go on? To do? Come on. No luck? No dice? There we go. That's probably it, maybe. Don't know why that's not going on. I got some issues here. There we are. Don't reopen. Yeah, we might, Georgios wants to change Wednesday class to 1 o'clock. Alicia, if you're here, let me know what you think of that. It's an easier make for him. Georgios is in Greece, him and Antonis come to class, and it's kind of late for them. If we do 1 o'clock, they'll be able to do daylight, and they'll be able to jam, which would be super cool. But, yeah, so initiative transfer, and sweet, good sage paw. Initiative transfers, wow, like a lady, CupCake. Here, let me just clean my junk right here. It's a good spot. Initiative transfers, Georgios and I were talking about them today. They're super important, right? Who is leading whom? And we got a bunch of metaphors for this. We have offense and defense, right? When we start, when I give the cue, right? It's my initiative. You have to wait for the trigger, right? If you don't have a trigger and you give the cue, it's now the dog's initiative and they go. And there you go. Or the team do not know when to go. So one of the most important things for an initiative transfer is to actually have some kind of trigger that actualizes the skill. And we give the cue, we give the trigger. Once we give the trigger, the dog takes the initiative and does their thing. And most trainers think they're done. And you're just getting started. See that? And I didn't even super angry. I'm okay. Everything's okay. My camera just, oh, CupCake, did you change the camera? I think you did. I think CupCake is zooming in. Anyway, I give the cue, it's my initiative. I give the trigger, the dog takes the initiative, right? And the dog does the skill. And then after the dog does the skill, I'm not done. I have to wrangle everything back to that beginning. If I do that poorly, if we struggle to get set up again, or if something weird happens, then the flow is busted and the session suffers, right? So initiative transfers help us to navigate that. I was talking earlier about satisfied and unsatisfied successes, or satisfying successes, unsatisfying successes. A satisfied success is a success where the dog, handler, and team offer the cue, perform the trigger, give it the old college try, right? And all successful if it was a college try, right? Like if we really gave it a shot and it was a good attempt. That is a satisfied, maybe not success, but the process was satisfied. The dog participated in the process. I gave the cue, the dog says, hey, Ron, dog catch. Hey, Ron, I don't know, I'm on a stool here. Boom. Come on, handsome. I'll reset. Dog catch. Boom. Right? I gave the dog catch cue. Oh, you're so good. Oh, wow. I gave the dog catch cue. He processed it. He waited for the trick. See that? See, I'm getting better at that. Not okay, by the way, guys. I'm not happy with the friggin' internet here. Anyway, just give me 1 second. All right, you recording? Everybody's recording. King. Steal your disc, John. King.
It is like a finger pointing away to the moon.
Oh, easy, cheetah. All right.
Don't concentrate on the finger or you will miss all that heavenly glory.
We're going to do the four-way plank. Guy here with brakes. House, block. Full catch. Yes. House, block. Pass, catch. Yes, good man. House, yes. And now I'm going to pull, counter. Good man. All right, so I'm going to do one of those. All right, so I'm going to go counter this time. All right, I'll navigate some initiative transfers here while we're doing this. So when he catches, his initiative.
House, yes.
After the drop,
Counter, yes.
I wrangle initiative.
Yes, good. House, boom, and I'll block. See him run by a little bit. It was a funky block. I'm gonna pass, counter.
He's got the initiative.
Out.
I wrangle the initiative from the drop.
All right.
And that transition to the stop, super important. He makes a catch, his initiative. I use the drop to capture initiative. He follows me. He follows, and there we go. And that seamless transition back and forth, I'm going to go ahead and shut that down. That seamless interaction, he makes a catch, he turns, I'm ready, right? He looks in, I pause, he's like, what's happening? I cue drop, he drops, I mark yes, and I pull. That drop, I use that to take the initiative back from him. He also knows that after he drops, he's empty. He needs me. I have what he wants. He wants to give me the initiative. And we want to do that when we're playing basketball, right? The person with the ball has the initiative. I pass it to CupCake, right? I pass it over there to CupCake. Now CupCake has the ball. She has the initiative, right? I need to do something cool or exciting, or I need to become opportunity, so CupCake passes the ball back to me, right? Yeah, King looks really good, Amber. We had a terrible crash the other day, and he does seem to be okay, by the way, guys. He totally seems to be okay. But we're keeping it cool, and CupCake is in season. And King is the sports guy, by the way. CupCake's the weather girl. King's the sports guy. Eppy's the co-host, right? And so the sports guy is not doing real well with CupCake being in season. He's on sabbatical. We have him somewhere else. But anyway, that seamless transfer of initiative is really important. In Frisbee, it's pretty easy. It's a pretty natural thing. The dog gets the disc, they have the initiative, but they're full. They're full and they're empty. I've caught it, I got the disc, right? If the handler doesn't chase after the dog about the disc, the handler or the dog is full, they have the disc, but they're also empty. There's nothing else to do, so they run back and give it to you. They give it to you in order to give you the initiative so that we can go again. In toss and fetch, that initiative transfer is super, super simple. In freestyle, it's every bit as elementary and likely to happen, right? But it isn't as simple, right? So we have a bunch of initiative transfers that have to happen. I make the flip, I mark it, I tell the dog, I make the flip. Rebound, the dog lands, right? They land, they're both full and empty. They got the disc, but they got nothing to do with it. I've given the cue, now I have the initiative. I pull the trigger, they go, they have the initiative. They make the catch, I mark through, the dog lands, both full and empty. I open my legs for the trigger, which is for the through trigger, dog shoots through. I mark yes, out, dog's initiative, dog takes her teeth off, yes, there's the throw. Right? When the dog takes the teeth off, they're empty, empty, my initiative. I make the throw, now it's their initiative. And we have this initiative transfer happening all the time. Within Frisbee, that's really easy to see. It's really easy to see, and it's super, super important. A latent drop or an early drop are both bad initiative transfers, right? They're both bad initiative transfers, and that's where we get in trouble. When we struggle or fight for the initiative, we're in trouble. If the dog gives the initiative willingly, or the team negotiates it somehow well, then the game keeps going. Again, super easy to see within Frisbee, but within dog training, not so easy to see. Not always so easy to see. We are doing an object target, the dog runs out and targets the object, or I tell them touch, epic, touch, yes, right? I give him his cookie, he's still got the initiative. Now what do? I gave him his cookie. I have to get the initiative back. How am I going to get that back? Yes, touch, yes. Offered attention is an initiative transfer, right? Should probably pull that up. Let me run through the metaphors though, where I was at before the internet broke. So offense and defense, the team that's on offense has the initiative, the team that's on defense does not have the initiative. When a basket is scored in basketball, right, they have to inbound it. The team that was scored on gets the ball, right? They have the initiative. The defending team cannot steal. The defending team cannot steal the ball, right? And if the defending team could steal the ball, basketball would be a very different game. It would be only played around the hoop, and it would be like a scrum to get the ball after someone scored, right? But because we have this blocked out initiative transfer, I score, you take the ball, you have X amount of time of free initiative to do the thing, and then you pass it in. When the team is walking up the court, if nobody's defending them, that team is free with their initiative. If the team is bringing up the ball after a basket and the other team is pressuring them, the other team is trying to steal the initiative. If the defensive team lets them walk all the way up the court, they walk up the court completely with the initiative. Defensive team trying to steal it, right? The rules around the initiative transfer, offense and defense, completely dictate the game. Within football, we have a transition, right? Boom, there's an interception. Whoa, initiative transfer. There's like a timeout, and it isn't a timeout, but we got to change teams and get the other squad in, get the defense in, get the offense in, make a play, we huddle up, we come out, right? In soccer, right? In soccer, when the team loses the initiative, the game is running, right? And so these initiative transfers dictate what our games are. And in dog training, what happens is, if I'm doing hand target, touch, yes, right? I'm done, right? I'm done. Where's what I want to do is I want to epi off. Which one am I on? Yeah, sweet. Epi off. I want to take the hand target. Ep. Touch. Yes. I throw the cookie. His initiative. Yes. Wait. Touch. Boom. Yes. Go do dog stuff. As he was running in, he's empty. I marked wait and I froze. Right? I mark wait, I freeze. The hell is that? Okay. I mark wait and I freeze, right? It's my initiative. Through my initiative. Yes, his initiative. My initiative. Twist. So he took that initiative. Boom. Twist. Boom. Yes. Through. Boom. Yes. When I make this cookie toss, this is the piece I want to talk about. If he comes back, right? Or let me do twist. Yes, and I pay him. How do I wrangle this initiative here? Right? Epi's really good. He gives eye contact right away. He knows that eye contact gives the initiative back to me, so I can say through. Boom. Yes. Right? My dogs are transferring initiative seamlessly. Most of the time, people who are new to training or people who are just doing tricks, they do the trick, hoop, yes, good man, and they pay the dog, and now they're stuck. Now they have to figure out how to get the dog into position, right? What I want to do is I want to give the cue, hoop, boom. Yes, good man, toss the cookie. Wait, that wait cue, right? That I'm using that like as an expectant marker. That's a marker that predicts that something you know what's going to happen that you like is coming. Hoop. Yes, good man. Right? But the part after the hoop is the key. Here, I'm flat. We just did the trick. There's no jam or no game here. Right? If I go hoop, yes, good. I toss it out there. Yes, hoop. Yes, good man. His reorientation again. Yes, hoop. Yes, good man. Awesome. Go do dog stuff. Right? So I was throwing that cookie in order to wrangle the initiative transfer. And that shit was fun. Woo! That was super fun. If I just do the hoop and give him the cookie and then repeat, it's not that fun. It's fun a few times and then it gets boring because, fuck, we always do this. It's always the same. Alicia, or Amber, it didn't take long for me to confuse your names, did it? Amber, when you're talking about the complicated, the trick training is complicated, right? I do the trick, I pay the dog comes up, we reset, I do the trick. That we reset and I do the trick structures the game too tightly. It's not fun. It's only about the cookie. Soon as we do things with the initiative transfers, in flow, in the context, it becomes a game. The context of the work becomes a game, even if it's a lame game, right? And then all of a sudden, we're in the complex domain. We don't really know what's going to happen. And that's what's awesome about it. Right? Not happy with my internet, guys. Actually, you know what? That might be part of the problem. Hang on, let me get the after party link. And then I'll close this and hopefully that's what's doing it. After, we'll hang out here. Here's the link. You can jump into the Discord. We'll be doing voice chat, video chat. Maybe watch some videos, talk about some stuff, take questions, whatever. So you can hook up with us there. Let me throw that up there. Boom, Bertha. Awesome. So, yeah, As soon as we work in flow, we wind up in the complex domain. And we want to be in that complex domain because that's where the fun happens. That's where the unpredictability happens. That's where novel opportunity happens, real opportunity. We do 10 hand targets in a row, or I put an object target out there and I have the dog touch it 10 times in a row and they come in and they get paid and I wait for them to do it again. That shit's played out, right? Nobody wants to work that. And then the dog is bored, isn't running back, give me the thing, let's do it again. So now we have trouble transferring initiative. The dog hangs out there, walks around, trolls around, looks for more cookies, tries to get you to go get better cookies, right? When the initiative transfers are smoking, the game is smoking. Everyone really enjoyed. Yeah, you're all right. The shame, right? So we have offense and defense. We have passing the ball. We talked about I pass it to CupCake. CupCake has the ball. If she's a fucking ball hog, no one wants to play with her. If I'm a ball hog as a handler, nobody wants to play with me. I have to be willing to give my dog the initiative when they do something, right? If I ask them to do something and then I right away make them do it, well, there's no initiative there. It's all my initiative. Do you want to play with that kind of teammate who makes you do the play? Fuck no, right? If I pass it to CupCake and she runs around with the ball, right, there's no game. No game. And if she won't give up initiative, we don't play. Right? Why would she hold the initiative then? If she doesn't give up the ball and I beg her to throw me the ball and I do everything I can to get her to throw me the ball, I'm being extorted by her for initiative, right? If she wants to take the ball and go and run away, that's fine. She looks at me, yes, and then we go, right? It's no fun playing with a ball by yourself. It's only fun if your teammates are trying to get it from you. And I think what's happening within a bunch of drive-based stuff is that people are essentially trying to steal. The game becomes who can steal initiative from whom, right? I give you the ball, now take it from me. You give me the ball, now take it from me, right? And it becomes a battle like game changes. It's so frustrating. Not gonna deal with that much longer. All right, so we have passing the ball, we have attack and defend, right? The attacker has the initiative, the defender has to respond, right? He who has initiative makes the rules. When I do something with initiative, you respond, right? Or not. I make the game move, the person with initiative. We could have strike and parry, right? I punch, you block, that kind of thing. That would be initiative. And then who leads the dance, right? Who's leading when it comes to dancing? And in dancing, we could be dancing, you could have the lead, right? And I could be getting ready to whip you out to do some crazy spin, right? And you have the lead and I say, hey, finish this like this, and I whip you out. You're like, oh shit, okay, and you respond. Even though you had the lead, I kind of stole it and snatched it, right? We need to be able to navigate those initiative transfers super smoothly. So attention seeks opportunity. You need to be an opportunity in order for your dog to want to give you the initiative. I'm not giving you the initiative if you're not ready, lady. Dude. If you're not ready, I ain't giving you the initiative. And most people are not ready. You know, you toss a cookie, load up, be ready. Dog comes in, be an opportunity. The dog will willingly give you the initiative. Got need a title here, raw notes. The marker or the initiative transfers are, I got to pull up another file, so give me one sec. The initiative transfers Our dismissal, attention, drop, give, cue, trigger, marker, expectant marker, cookie. Fingers crossed, going to pull the right one up. Go, go, go. No, did not pull the right one up. One more sec, guys. Ooh, you're getting a look at all of the mind maps here. It's crazy. All of this stuff is the, there we go, initiative transfers. Boom, Bertha. So, dismissal, right? Go to dog stuff. I make the dog take initiative. Georgios, if you hear this, I force the dog to take initiative with dismissal, right? Attention, the dog gives me the initiative, walks up. Yes, Epi gave me the initiative, okay? The drop, when we get a drop, that's my chance to take the initiative. A give, completely my initiative, right? When the dog gives it to me, I have it, right? That's a literal pass. Pass of the ball. Ha-ha. The cue, when I give the cue, I hold the initiative. You're waiting expectantly for the trigger, right? You need to be in position, you need to be ready, etc. If the dog were to bolt when I gave the cue, I would still give the trigger. And the dog would be over there, and I'd be like, hoop, hoop. And the dog walks off a little bit or looks away. I'm going to give the trigger then. And they're going to miss their opportunity. They're going to miss the initiative, right? And then I take it away, and they're like, oh, shit, I missed that? What? They look at me, yes, hoop. Do you think they're going to go? I don't think so. Boom. They hop through, right? The trigger. When I give the trigger, I give the initiative to the dog. It's not my skill anymore. Hoop. Boom. There's a trigger, right? The hoop skill. Boom. Then. Give me one sec, guys. I'm going to try and fix, turn my antenna a little bit, maybe. I don't know. It is not okay. Super angry. Get back. Super angry. All right. Hopefully that helps. I don't know. Grr. So when I give the trigger, boom, I can't do anything. The dog is going to go, right? The dog is going to go. It's okay. I can handle it and not lose my talking, but super frustrating. So when I give the trigger, that's the dog's initiative. When I give a marker, if I always follow the marker with a discrete cookie, the marker is an initiative transfer that gives it to the dog, okay? If 3, 5, 7, 10% of the time there's no cookie, discrete cookie, after the marker, like if I reward with next or I reward with outdoors, functional reward kind of thing, then it's not necessarily an initiative transfer. The initiative transfer to the dog would happen on the cookie. The expectant marker, and this is one of the really cool things from Play Plus here, and one of the more important things. The expectant marker is a positive marker, or in the place of a positive marker, and I can explain that. But it's a marker that allows me to completely maintain initiative. I give the marker touch, wait, dog catch. Yes, awesome. Off. Good work. right? So that wait cue that I gave it when he touched as a positive marker. And what happened was he knows the marker, he knows the skill. Wait. What do I say? Wait, and he's excited because he knows that a skill is coming. He knows something amazing is coming. And that expectant marker is telling them they're right, and then relying on their expectation of the cookie or their expectation of the resolution of that marker, wait, through, hoop, dog catch, whatever it is. I know, those are all awesome, aren't they, Epi? Their expectancy for the resolution or for the trigger for that skill or for next is the cookie we're using. And that allows me to maintain the initiative while reinforcing and motivating the dog. If I give the dog their cookie, right? If I give the dog the cookie, when I give the dog the cookie, Epi, off, I got nothing, right? And of course, my guys are right the fuck back up here. And by the way, kibble, right? I use kibble all the time. If you have good initiative transfers, you don't need to get if you have the initiative or if you have good initiative transfers. There won't be any of that like, oh, I need to get better cookies, right? Because you are using the ebb and flow of the game and the dog is willing to give up in order to get. The dog isn't just taking cookies. Initiative transfer is super, super important. Any questions on initiative transfers? All right. So I'm going to lay out the now next cycle real quick, and then I'm going to demonstrate it with a primal game. The primal games are come on. Now next. Balancing play, 5 C's, 4 habits of autotelic personalities, standing multiple, vocabulary and nomenclature, physical pull, mental pull, play cycle. Sweet. All right, so this is a cycle of play, okay? Every time we do a trick, when we do a trick, you guys as trick trainers, right? This whole cycle happens, okay? You might not be doing it. You might not care that it's happening. You might have your own way of wrangling it. That's fine, okay? That's fine. But this is happening. You give the cue. There's a moment's pause before the trigger. And a cue, right? If you only have a cue, the dog is taking the initiative on the trigger. When you give the cue, the dog just takes it and goes, right? So if you only have a cue, the dog is firing the trigger. You do not have initiative when you give the cue. When you give the cue, you seed initiative, the dog takes the trigger, okay? If you have a trigger, I give the cue, I choose to wait if I want. That's aporia is the word there, okay? Aporia, and it means to be at a loss for words, right? And so I wait a moment, allowing the dog to figure it out. Touch. Boom. Yes, right? And when I gave him the touch cue, when I waited, he looked at the situation and tried to figure out where it's likely to happen, right? And I threw him a curveball. Touch. Boom. Yes, right? By putting it over there, he was surprised, right? But he had a plan there. I give the cue, I wait. The dog recognizes the cue. The dog prehends the cue, grasps it, at which point in time they're waiting for the trigger, right? When I give CupCake a dog catch cue, wait, CupCake, up, wait, dog catch. She doesn't have this, by the way. Oh, almost. So when I gave that dog catch cue, right? Let me get over here so you can see her. When I gave that dog catch cue, chill. When I give that dog catch cue, right? Dog catch. She prehends the cue and she's like, I'm on a pedestal. He's over there. How's it going to work? Boom. Yes. Awesome. Off. Yes. When I give the trigger, boom, right? She actualizes the plan that she made, okay? If that happens, we have a satisfied success. I give the cue, dog recognizes the cue as something that they're going to do. I give the trigger, dog performs the skill, right? If that goes down, we have a satisfied success. So after I give the trigger, the dog achieves. Whoops. We're in the next cycle here. The dog achieves. They do the skill, they get their cookie, and then they release to opportunity. Okay? So they get their skill, or they do the skill, yes. They get marked, they get their cookie, right? Meanwhile, I'm preparing. I'm preparing to handle the dog, to become opportunity for the dog. This is where initiative transfers fail. This is where cookie training fails, trick training fails. Because once you've achieved, fuck, I'm done, who cares? Amber, when you throw the cookie for Zeal, I think it was Zeal that we were doing this with, right? And he would eat the cookie, right? You weren't prepared by cueing while he was finishing eating, right? You kind of stole the initiative and it forced you to prepare. When he turned, he looked and you were prepared. Now your opportunity. Now he's likely to do the hoop skill. You follow? So while the dog is achieving, we're going to prepare. We're going to read the dog. Release to opportunity, hopefully that's you, right? I'm going to read that release, right? And then what I'm going to do is to become opportunity. I'm prepared, right? I'm going to become opportunity. I can wait, cue the drop, I can take attention, whatever. I'm going to try to do, say, an opportunity for the dog. Oh, dude, what am I going to do, man? What the fuck can I do about my internet? I can try that. That's all I can do. I might have to cut out a little early here. So I read the dog. I present as opportunity with a captured skill, a cued skill, or handler movement, right? I use that opportunity to connect with the dog. I connect with the dog, I put him in position, I tell him, yes, wait, when they're in position, or I tell them wait when they're in position, or I tell them the next cue, like boom, wait, or I'm sorry, boom, through, expectant marker. You want to see it, don't you? Boom, right? And then we're back at the very beginning. We're back up here at the beginning. And that whole sequence, that is one trick, right? And the only thing people are fucking focused on, oops, I'm sorry, hang on, let me go here. That whole sequence here, this whole sequence is a trick. And the only thing people care about is that right there. I'm done. I'm done. We're good here. Yeah. Yeah, it's the same Discord, Amber. So if you can, it's the same Discord. So, and you should be able to join it on your own. If you search for Positive Vibe, that'll work. So, yeah, this is the trick for the trick trainer right here. This is the trick for the trick trainer, right? But after we do it, we got to do all this shit well so that the whole game of tricks is exciting, right? We do this, the cookie is a bridge. The cookie is a bridge. And then we do next and wrangle the dog, and then we represent the trick with the cue. This expectant marker here, wait. What are we doing, Amber? Through, right? Or, whoops, where'd that go? Or, funny. Or we do through when we get here, and we wait, and we've already given the cue, we're waiting, we're on the trigger. No reset. No reset at all. We're on, we're going, we're doing it. Woo! Right? Super, super cool. This is probably two things that are super important in Play Plus. And one of them is this now next cycle, and the other is the two-part, well, there are three, cue and trigger, and the mental and physical pull. We can work both classical and operant at the same time and not damage anything and do it effectively. And it's no fucking problem. No problem at all. Right? And pretty friggin' revolutionary, actually. Pretty important. You guys who have been with me a long time know that, prompt switching, you got to make sure that it's classical, don't ever trigger operant, that kind of thing. You still have that same rule on the prompt switch, actually, but in general, that is not really a problem anymore. All right, so I'll stop there. Yeah, it promotes teamwork, for sure, for sure. Teamwork to make the dream work. And not only does it promote teamwork, Michelle, sorry. Not only does it promote teamwork, it allows you both to experience teamwork and to know what teamwork is. We were talking about this earlier. Georgios had some girl ask him some really kind of basic questions about Frisbee at the gym, about dog Frisbee. And he responded, she asked, do they do it like for food? And he kind of didn't know how to respond. And he was like, no, they don't, like they do it for the game, right? And I'm sure the girl was like, huh, they do it for the game? Yeah, to play the game, And she went, oh, okay. And it's a good answer, but that doesn't answer anything. It just forces her to either ask what she would think is a stupid question or to nod her head and pretend she understands, right? I would have answered it something like, no, they don't play for food, but they do play for cookies. And a cookie is anything that they want. I make a game out of them achieving their cookies. I present a challenge, they achieve the challenge, they earn their cookie. That cookie could be next, that cookie could be a toy, that cookie could be a ball, that cookie could be a cookie, that cookie could be access to me, right? Whole bunch more words, not really much more complicated, and it's the whole thing versus, the game. The dog wants to play the game. There's so much embedded in that stuff, and we've got so much embedded in our language, right? Promotes teamwork, sure does, right? Now, how? And Play Plus has a layout for that. you can actually answer that question. You can answer it pretty simply, right? All right, super awesome. Let me see, what else do we got here? Primal Games, we're going to demonstrate. The initiative transfers. This wait next is one cycle of that. Boom. This wait next is one whole cycle of this, right? So the primal game, this wait next. What's going to happen? I'm going to tell her to do something. I'm going to cue, trigger. I will interrupt with an expectant marker at like the achieve point, right? So I will cue, stall, or up, which is to get on the pedestal. I'll pause. I'll give the trigger. As she gets up there and achieves, I will be prepared. I will read the situation. I will present as opportunity a wait cue. Right? She will give attention to connect with me. I will position her to the ball. It fucking doesn't work. It doesn't work straight up like that. God damn it. So she'll achieve. I'm just gonna have to change the verbiage here. She'll achieve the pedestal. I'll be prepared. I'll read it. She'll give attention as opportunity, right? I will connect with her. I will position her. She will give attention. I will position her on the second ball, right? And I will, yeah, it doesn't work there either. It is the whole cycle, but there's a mini cycle that's going to happen. Let me just fucking show you. Let me just show you. Sorry to confuse you. So this now next cycle, that cycle of play, it's not now and then next. It's like now, only when we start, and then everything after it is next. Camera. That's what I think it is. I think it's that camera. I think it is that camera. So we have these two. Gonna have to have the camera source down there, Sadi. So no, look out. Epi, up, come on, handsome. Off, up, chill. So, we ready? Can you see me? I think we got both of them on here. All right, so. All right, so here we go. Wait, cue, up, trigger. Yes, wait. So she achieved. I marked yes, wait. I gave an expectant marker. Now she, yes, eye contact, boom. Yes, pay. Epi, sip. When I ask her off, we're going to go into that flowing neck cycle, the bottom of the green part that's showing up there. Off. I'm going to read. I'm going to wrangle. Up. Boom. Yes. That pose I did could be considered an expectant marker. She gives attention. That attention is an initiative transfer. I can mark it. Yes, pay for reinforce for action, reinforce with action, or reward for position. Off. This is where I have to be ready. I have to read, turn, pause. That right there, expectant marker. She doesn't know what she's going to do. Up. Boom. Wait. Intercept with the weight, stealing the initiative. She can't go anywhere. Keep in mind, she wants to bebop up and down these pedestals really bad. She can't because she hasn't given me the initiative. Stall. Boom. Yes. She hasn't given me the initiative to move on. When I toss her off, dude, slow the roll. When I toss her off, right, I'm going to prepare, read, I'm going to connect with her, and I'm going to put an expectant marker there. I'm going to, and she's going to get stuck. Off, yes. I read, boom, expectant marker. Up, Q, we're at now again. Trigger. Wait, I intercepted, I stole her cookie back from her on the achievement. She gives attention, yes, up, boom, right? Off. Two things really important here. This part here, wait, to get her set back up before we go into the next now. Up, boom, wait, and this right here where I steal her cookie, her ability to maintain the initiative after she achieves, and then I make her connect with me, yes, with eye contact, and then I reinforce her back up there. I'm not very happy with the way that she's pounding this. Dude, stop. And she's been completely off the hook since she's been in season. Off, yes. All right, so I'm going to change this. She's really rushing to get up onto the ball. So I'm going to add CupCake, wait. Up, boom, wait. Going to intercept that, right? Her eye contact, yes. Stall, boom. Wait. Off, yes. If I give her the cookie here, right, I have to be ready to take her initiative. Do you see it? The moment I gave her a cookie, gone. Toss the cookie. Wait. Up. Wait. She gives eye contact. Yes. Stall. Yes, I'm going to pay her on her eye contact. Her eye contact, yes, is what's going to make the cookie happen. Right? And so in order for her to make the cookie happen, yes, she has to give me initiative. When I was giving her the cookies before, yes, she was snatching at the cookies. Just threw it out there and she's just pounding it, right? That isn't what's going to do it. She's going to stop, and her eye contact off is going to have me take the initiative and give her the cookie. Go do dog stuff. Oh, that was painful, CupCake. That was painful. Hopefully you guys were able to see that, and hopefully it made sense. I saw that, Michelle. I saw that. Super excited for you. I ordered 5 packs just the other day. Did that session, did it lock up at all? Or did we keep rolling the whole time? It looks like it just stopped there, right? God damn it. All right. So, Primal Games, that's This Wait Next. This Wait Next is a game that's designed to practice initiative transfers and to You can look at that as a stimulus control game, okay? We were talking about this the other day. If you see that, a lot of people would just see that as a stimulus control game. And if you do it as a stimulus control game, you'll get stimulus control, right? But I'm not just looking for the dog to only do it when I want. I want the dog to participate with me to make it happen. And when that happens, I have an ally, I have a teammate, right? I don't have a worker who I got to tell how to do it. I have a teammate who wants to do it with me and who's aware of how things are happening. She's got a stake in the game. She's a stakeholder at that point in time when we engage those initiative transfers. The other thing that's super important is that after we get off the ball, the handler has to wrangle the dog and perform this section here. The achieve, prepare, read, become opportunity, connect with the dog, put the dog in position, give the expectant marker, and then the cue to get up and repeat. And it's this part right here, next, what's next, after the trick, that everybody needs to work. So, there you go. Initiative transfers. Now, what else do I need to work? Let me do Boom Bertha. Oh, we're already there, but there we go. All right, so we have, where is it? I have to say, man, I am pretty freaking angry about my internet, I have to say. All right, we did initiative transfers. We did this weight next. That is Primal Game number 2. We documented copiously the now next cycle, right, of play. Ooh, you know what? I started to get on this, I'm going to call that shaping the tone. Shaping, I'll call it the classical condition. I'm not using classical conditioning, by the way, guys. I'm not a fan of referring to how my dog feels by the way that the textbook says that it was conditioned. So gross, man, right? Imagine, it's just gross. It's the dog's affective state, their emotional state, their physiological state, right? But we call it the classical condition. And that's that, right? Not enough, man. But anyway, for people to get, shaping the classical condition. I did a little bit of it there with CupCake. Let me see, what document do I want to use here? Let me see. Give me 1 sec to get my shit together here. Play. Really need hang on, I have to open up a file here. Is that it? Yeah, that'll work. Okay, so, where do I want to go? We'll go with that one. All right, so, another screen share. So this is the trigger process. Shabanya. So this is the trigger process. I give the cue. The dog prehends or grasps the actual world. It hits the physical pole. The physical pole is essentially the reflex, emotionally and physiologically, from the cue. Poison cues. Poison cue, you give the cue for down and the dog's like, oh, fuck, don't make me lay down. Okay, that's a result of bad prehension of the cue at the physical pole. The dog prehends the actual world, which is everything in this room that's relevant. Every actual entity in here, any known object, all the dogs, right? The smells, all of that stuff. And then they prehend the emotions and feelings from previous reps or this situation, right? So if I give a touch cue and the dog struggled on it, they're probably not going to like it too much. If I give a top cue and the dog fucking loves it, their emotion and feeling will be high, right? That will be emotions and feelings of earlier reps, including unsatisfied successes and failures. Right? And these unsatisfied successes are when I essentially pull the dog through it. Right? If the dog just chases the cookie, that's going to be an unsatisfied success. If the dog does the thing in order to make the cookie happen, and they know that they did the thing that made the cookie happen, right? Probably going to be a satisfied or satisfying success. And failures will come in there. So when the dog prehends the physical pole, all of that stuff there is the classical condition. That is the subjective tone. And we can shape that by how we work. It's the big focus of Play Plus, okay? Is that this subjective tone, after we give the cue, or whenever we're working with the dog, this is rolling on and on and on. It's not just when you give the cue, it's at all times. But the cue, boom, oh, okay. Down, I don't like that. Poison cue, down. I love that, boom. Top, I crashed last time, I don't want to do it. Poison cue. Top, man, I fucking love that shit, let's do it. That's the classically conditioned state. And really important, you can have unsatisfied successes where you put the cookie on it and the behavior happens, where you put the cookie on it and the behavior happens, but it's still icky because it didn't go through process. You kind of forced it or pigeonholed the dog, or it took us 25 seconds of painful to get the success. That's not how we want to give the cue, pause, give the trigger, and rock that shit out. When that happens, that's a satisfied success. So all of this shit sets up the classically conditioned state, right? So this subjective tone is the way the dog feels about the skill. It colors everything that happens after it. So dog knows it's top, I love it, right? The mental pole is activated after the physical pole. It's already there, but it's activated after the physical pole. The seeking system runs out there and says, hey, we need play. Or if it's a poison cue, the seeking system goes out there and goes, hey, we need fear, right? And then fear shows up. But the seeking system runs out, activates the mental pole, right? And that's where the aim is, the subjective aim. That's what we're trying to do. When I give the cue of top, the dog likes it. The subjective tone is high. It's awesome. We're going to have a lot of energy towards the skill. And then the mental pole is engaged, and the dog sifts through concepts, facts, processes, behaviors, and known objects These things are actualized skills, things from their past, things that they know about, know how to do, have done. They sift through those and apply them towards achieving the subjective aim, which is top, which is linear vault off of an obstacle. And now all they're doing is, where's that trigger? Where is that trigger? Let me at it. Right? That's the whole process. We want to satisfy that process. So, throughout this moment in the middle is aporia, a pause, and it comes from a philosophical term back in Plato and Aristotle's day, which means at a loss for words. So if I ask you a question and you're completely floored, you experience aporia. Or if I ask you a question and the situation necessitates you thinking about it more, you choose not to take the question now. And we'll answer at a later time. Okay? That's aporia. And we're using it the same way. I'm giving the dog the cue, top, and they can't answer the question. Amber, you know answer dogs, right? Can't be an answer dog. There's no question been asked. Right? The question hasn't been finished. And I pause, and the dog constructs an abstract reality. Ron is... can you see me? Think so? Yeah? Top, or dog catch, he sees that I'm this far away. He knows he's on a slippery object. He's built all that stuff in. I go, boom, he does the skill. Off. And he planned that, guys. And he planned that through that aporia there. So if I do lots of aporia or thoughtful aporia, and I keep my shit toned down, I don't like, yes, oh my gosh, that was amazing, you're the best ever. If I don't do that, if I wait, dog catch, boom, yes, off, yes, pay, couple extra cookies, dog catch, boom, yes, wow, that's great, off, pay. I adjust the physical pole and the subjective tone. I change his classically conditioned state with how I'm working. I will get a slight reduction, or maybe even a big reduction, in this rep or these reps, this session. If I always do it like that, if I always trigger aporia, like set up the aporia and slow it down and pay the dog easy, when the dog hears dog catch, they'll be chill. They will have highly satisfied successes, and their emotions and feelings about it will be good. But they won't be ape shit. Okay? Now, consequently, I could rep the physical pull. Wait, dog catch, boom, yes. Wait, dog catch, boom, yes, off. Awesome. Whoa, look at him. Holy cow. You ready? Dog catch, boom, yes, off. Whoa, look at him. Stall, boom, off. Yes, up. Yes, dog catch. Yes, awesome, off. Great job. Whoa, go do dog stuff. And on that one, I repped the physical pull. So if I work like that, if I work very purposefully, make it happen. Oh, that's awesome. Keep all the energy super high. My subjective tone, or my dog's subjective tone, their classically conditioned state is going to go higher. in this session and in the future when the dog prehends the dog catch cue. The dog catch cue. Does that make sense? Like, dude, that shit is, and it fucking works. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. So this idea of having to keep classical and operant separate, or being afraid of trying to address a classical condition, completely goes away. Doesn't exist. Isn't even a problem. Right? And I choose what level of intensity the dog's subjective tone is going to be at, their classically conditioned state. I can rep the physical pole, boom, 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 with high energy, right? And increase their arousal, their subjective tone, their maybe their anxiety, right? I wouldn't want the anxiety, but I certainly could put some anxiety in there. I could make them a sprung monkey, crazy friggin' clicker junkie, right? Or I can come over here and I can do some more thoughtful work with more aporia and more of the mental pull in line, ask them to figure out what it is what we're doing, that we are doing, and I can reduce their classically conditioned state. I can shape their classically conditioned state to a lesser intense version of it, right? I'm going to go ahead and pull up another image here. The flow star. So another thing that's within the Play Plus philosophy here is we have flow theory from Mihai Csikszentmihalyi. Csikszentmihalyi, I think. I worked pretty hard to get that. So here is I'm going to pull up another one too. Hang on. I'll show you the old one first. Where is it? Flow star. So this is the actual flow theory chart. There are 8 stages of flow: arousal, high challenge, moderate skills; flow, high challenge, high skills; challenge, skills; high challenge, moderate skill; high challenge, low skill; moderate challenge, low skill; low challenge, low skill; low challenge, moderate skills. You get the idea. We're looking to hit this line here. That is called the flow channel, okay? And so in flow theory, proper flow theory, it's a positive psychology theory, pretty solid, man. A lot of athletes and sports psychologists use it. We have challenge and skill, right? I've changed challenge and skill to physical and mental, right? So when we have a physical challenge, we're trying to do the thing, to get it done, to make it happen, right? When we have a mental challenge, we're trying to figure out what's happening, or we're trying to do it in a particular way, okay? So when I repped out epi like bang, 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 and we crushed the skill, right? I was repping the physical pull. If I rep the physical pull, I pick him up towards arousal, which is high challenge, moderate skills. If my dog gets anxious, right, high challenge, low skills, I can increase the skill, which is the mental. If I increase the skill, I draw down the physical. We're not repping out the physical pull. I draw that down and I come over here, which means I start to come this way. So if I want arousal, if I want the dog to be higher, I rep the physical pull. if I want the dog to be more thoughtful or slower, if I want to draw down the intensity, draw down the anxiety, right? I rep the mental pull. And we want to stick between flow, arousal, control, and boredom. So if my dog is too high, I'm going to reduce the challenge and increase the skill. And if I reduce the challenge and increase the skill, we'll go from there this way. And we'll get into that flow channel where we can rock it. And this is how we are throttling flow. And we can achieve flow with the dog regardless of this. And not necessarily regardless. If this is terrible right here, if this is terrible, we're done. But if this is weak, I can increase it by repping the physical pull. If this is too off the charts, aroused or anxious, crazy town, I can reduce it by adding more skill, more focus on the actual skill that we're doing and how we're doing it, right? Pretty sweet, dude. Pretty friggin' sweet. Super, super useful. And Amber, this should. I feel bad that we didn't have this when we were working in your living room, because we would have been much faster to a successful finish. So in the last like 20 minutes, did the camera freeze at all? I'm smaller, so I can't see it as well. I don't think it did it? I think it's only freezing on my fucking phone. Grr, I really like my phone as the third camera. All right, let's see. Any questions on this stuff? Yeah, I hear the 8 rules of flow in a, yeah, there's a bunch of good stuff here, man. I'm excited. Pretty excited. All right. Yeah, this is that same chart in a mind map setup. Anyway, all right, let's see what else do we got? I think I have one more. Oh, subjective aim. This one's really important, guys. This one is super, super important. So the subjective aim is, what are we doing here? And by the way, subjective, the subjective tone from that previous chart, hang on, gosh darn it, why did I shut it down? And it's gone, and it's gone. Here we go. So the subjective tone is the classically conditioned state. The subjective tone is the classically conditioned state. The subjective aim is what we're trying to do. The term subjective, right? That is, the dog has a subjective tone, a classically conditioned state. The handler has a classically conditioned state. So there's a subjective tone for the dog and a subjective tone for the handler. If you're shitting your pants about doing a trick, it's going to be hard to be successful. Your subjective tone is going to be off. That will affect the team. The team also has a subjective tone and a subjective aim. Okay? So dog is scared, handler's great. Team is 50-50. Could go either way. Dog is great, handler's shitting his pants. Team is 50-50. Probably not going to work because the one who's leading is in trouble, right? The subjective aim is similar. The dog has a subjective aim. Is it to get the cookie or is it to do the skill? Very important question. Really, really important question. If the dog's just chasing the cookie, odds are their mental pull's not going to be very engaged. And their subjective aim is getting the cookie, not putting their feet there or putting their face there or doing the thing. They just want the cookie. If the handler just wants to get the skill, right, and the dog just wants to get the cookie, their subjective aims will match, but their understanding of what they're doing is not going to be what the handler thinks. We did it, right? But did what? You put the cookie there, the dog chased it. Is the dog going to do that without the cookie? Well, probably not, right? Are you going to be able to help the dog do it without the cookie? Probably not, right? So the subjective aim, the handler needs to have in the Disc-Kwon-Do forms or the Fly Chi Flow forms, right? You do the form. If the handler's objective or subjective aim is to do the form, they'll do the form, right? The dog will follow. Everyone will do the form. If the handler's subjective aim is to work the drop, we can bring the dog into that subjective aim too, within the form while we're doing it, and then the dog will perform the drop, right? Thanks, Sagepaw. And then the dog will perform the drop, right? And the dog will vector up towards a better drop. But if we just rep out the behavior, that subjective tone is crap. We're going to get crap work out of it, right? If our subjective aim is to make the dog successful and the dog's subjective aim is to get the cookie, right? They can go in the same direction. But somewhere along the line, we got to get the dog's subjective aim pointed towards the skill we're doing, not the cookie. Two problems with subjective aim. Handler wants to do the trick. Dog wants to get the cookie. And if only those two things are happening, we have problems generalizing, we have problems fading cues, we have problems fading cookies, reducing the rate of reinforcement, variable reinforcement. We have problems with all that, right? So the subjective aim is super important. The subjective tone of the dog and handler come together. That's what the team is moving forward with. If the tone matches or harmonizes with the subjective aim, and the dog and handler have the same subjective aim, we're going to succeed. If the subjective tone is incompatible with the subjective aim, or if one of the two subjects of the team has a completely different aim, I want the cookie, I want you to put your foot there, right? We're going to be hit or miss on how we do. And so our job is to select our subjective aim and the way that we work to help the dog get the idea to get their own subjective aim in order. And then when they're like this, going in the same direction, then we're successful and able to do super awesome stuff. All right, that's that. Subjective aim, that's a tough one to talk about. Super easy to see though, guys. Just getting the behavior is not enough. If you just get the behavior, you can have poison cues happen. You can have a negative prehension. The dog hears the cue and it's like, oh God, I don't know, man. I don't know. You can teach the dog the wrong thing. You can teach them that the goal of this exercise is to get the cookie and just struggle through it, right? And we can be successful with that. And it can be gross for the dog, or it can tell the dog the wrong thing. And so anyway, I think this shit is super, super cool because it allows us to dig into the guts of what we're doing rather than just put a cookie on it or just change our rate of reinforcement or, I don't know, change criteria. All right, that's what I got. What do you think? Yeah. How it's done and what is done, not just doing it. Right? So what is done, like do it. I think that's what you're saying there. When I'm saying what is done, I mean, what are we doing here? Marking, right? Ball work. So we did some, nope, Epi, come on, dude. So we did ball work with Antonis, right? And, ooh, that's pretty wild, huh? Whoa, you don't even know what to do with that. So with the ball work, right? I'm going to use, dude, come on, up, Epi, up. So I'm going to mark what is being done, right? Tell me what I'm marking. CupCake. Stall, yes. Her collection, off. Top, boom, I missed it. Top, yes, touching the object. Top, yes, pushing off the object. Stall, yes. Her approach, off, go to dog stuff. So I wanna mark all of those things, right? So the dog knows what is being done. If I just marked when the dog finished, the approach never gets noticed. The collection never gets noticed. The front feet hitting the ball never gets noticed. The rear feet never gets noticed. If I draw attention to what's actually being done within my work, and this is usually when I'm repping the physical pull, right? What happens is the dog gets marked and reinforced for the approach. She knows that. When we mark something, it's a snapshot. It's a mental picture, right? That's what's at the mental pole. Those are the things at the mental pole. If we just have the finish of the behavior, if we just have stall, yes, boom, and that's all the dog ever knows, off, all of that stuff before it is unknown. All of it's unknown, right? And now that dog can't apply those skills to this, to the actual vault off of my body, or to other things that are similar, right? So you're totally on point there. It's not how it's how it's done and what is done. What is being done, not what you do, or not doing it. Doing it is not enough. How you do it matters. What exactly you're doing matters, right? And when you do that, the dog knows a shit ton of things, and they can apply those things to other things. Super awesome. All right. Do we have anything else? Do you guys have any questions or any requests or comments? I will take them. Oh, look at the CupCake. She's so good. She's so good. I see you, Epi. I see you. Yes, good man. Whoa. Yeah, good work. All right. Well, listen, guys. I'm going to play us out with a meme roll. And then we'll adjourn to the dojo. You guys are welcome to come hang out at our Discord server. We'll hang out there and talk, mess around. If you guys want to do some work with your dogs, you're welcome to. All bets are off as far as I'm not going to work there, right? But we can hang out and we'll do cool shit. So let me play us out with a super cool meme roll, and we'll see you guys. Oh, I forgot. don't forget. Show is brought to you by patrons of Positive Vibe. The show would not be happening without these guys. We really appreciate all of your support. Patrons at the vice director level and above get access to classes. At the bus buddy level and above, they get access to all classes. You get access to ebooks and other goodies, and me. So thanks a bunch to our patrons, and we will see you guys over at the dojo. Woo! Look at the CupCake. She knows how to do it. She totally knows how to do it. Oh, show is also brought to you by Hero Disc USA. Make your dog a hero. Somebody just showed up, I think. We'll see you over on the Discord. We're going to go hang out over there. Cause some trouble. Good to see you, Amber. Whoa, so good off. Go to dog stuff. See you guys.